Pet owners love their animals, but they get busy, distracted, and forgetful. Client forgetfulness is the primary reason veterinary practices lose recurring revenue. Think of a clinic schedule as a bucket holding its profits. For many practices, that bucket is leaking. The money doesn't walk out in big chunks. It drains invisibly, day by day, through missed visits. The first leak is the standard no-show. A client books a slot but fails to show up. The second, more expensive leak is the laxed client. They visited months ago but never booked their annual booster, falling off your radar. Texting to confirm tomorrow's appointment and finding a client who hasn't visited in a year to prompt their return are entirely different operational problems. They require entirely different software solutions to fix. The UK software market doesn't make this easy to navigate. Clinics are bombarded with options, ranging from £6 a month messaging apps to massive £300 PAML enterprise platforms. Buying a heavy, expensive system just to solve a simple next-day confirmation problem wastes your budget. Conversely, a lightweight scheduling app will do absolutely nothing to recover lapsed clinical revenue. You have to match the tool to the specific leak. Many smaller practices operate with lean teams, relying on physical paper diaries or basic digital calendars. They need tools with instant setup and zero friction. This chart maps out the landscape. We are plotting tools based on setup complexity on the bottom axis against feature breadth on the vertical axis. Down in the bottom left is GoReminders. At £6 a month, it's an incredibly affordable, low-complexity tool. To make it work, your clinic only needs to type appointments in manually or sync it with an existing Google Calendar. In return, it automatically sends reliable SMS texts to clients 24 hours before their visit. This successfully plugs the first leak. It prevents next-day no-shows. The trade-off is its strict limitation. It operates purely as a scheduling aid. It doesn't track clinical data, and if a patient isn't already on the calendar, it cannot proactively text them to reactivate their care. Sitting slightly higher on the feature scale, at around £19 a month, is Remindlo. Clinics can upload a contact list or use its AI feature to scan photographs of physical paper diaries, instantly extracting data to create digital contacts. It executes the standard daily confirmations, but its main operational outcome is proactive reactivation. You assign patients to recurring service cycles, and it automatically texts them when an annual vaccination is due, bringing lapsed clients back. Its main trade-off is that it operates alongside your workflow, rather than syncing in real time with a heavy practice management system, or PMS. For tech-light clinics, the decision is clear. You can pay £6 to protect tomorrow's schedule from no-shows, or pay slightly more to actively seek out and recover lapsed patients. High-volume or multi-branch clinics operate differently. They usually rely entirely on a centralized digital practice management system to track everything from inventory to patient history. Looking back at our matrix, this brings us to iRecall. It sits firmly in the high-complexity, deep feature quadrant. iRecall has a strict input requirement. Your clinic must use a compatible PMS, like RxWorks or Merlin, and you will have to endure a significant initial configuration period to map your data to the software. Once configured, the system manages clinical automation without manual staff input. The software reads your live clinical records and triggers reminders based on exact vaccine due dates and recent parasiticide purchase histories. It also features a unique delivery method for older demographics. It can automatically generate and send physical postal mail alongside its digital texts. But the friction is high. It is expensive, and it forces vendor lock-in within specific PMS ecosystems. And the exact pricing is obscured behind a required sales call. Enduring the setup headache of a deep integration is justified only if your practice requires automated, multi-stage reminders triggered directly from clinical health records. Finally, some clinics prioritize clearing their phone lines by moving every client interaction into a dedicated digital portal. On the matrix, Vetstoria sits here. It positions itself as a specialized booking engine, not a standard reminder app. To use it, you have to embed their 24/7 online booking widget directly into your clinic's website and tightly link it to your management system. This can reduce incoming phone calls by up to 70%. Because clients book themselves and can pay up front through the widget, it eliminates the financial risk of casual no-shows. The critical trade-off is its limitation on outreach. It relies exclusively on email, and because it is a booking engine, it cannot proactively reach out to reactivate a client if they haven't initiated a booking themselves. Maxing out the breadth scale entirely is PetsApp. Its input requirements are heavy. Implementing this platform requires extensive staff retraining, and you must convince your clients to download and use a proprietary mobile app. The outcome is a total ecosystem. Your clinic gets centralized chat, video consult capabilities, loyalty plans, digital payments, and app-based reminders bundled together. But if a practice only needs to send a quick text message about a booster shot, implementing a complete video consulting and chat platform adds layers of administrative complexity that most teams don't have time to manage. Purchasing an entire ecosystem overhaul to solve a localized reminder problem creates severe operational drag for your staff and wastes your budget. Finding the right software depends entirely on identifying where your practice is actually leaking revenue and acknowledging your team's current technical capacity. Look at this decision tree and ask yourself, what is your primary goal? If your goal is strictly to fix tomorrow's no-shows as cheaply as possible, GoReminders is the correct choice. If your goal is the fast reactivation of lapsed clients without needing a heavy management system, Remindlo is the correct choice. If your front desk is overwhelmed and your goal is 24/7 self-scheduling, Vetstoria is the correct choice. If your goal is exact clinical automation driven by your existing digital PMS, iRecall is the correct choice. And if your goal is a complete modernization of the client experience through mobile tech, PetsApp is the correct choice. Clinics should never buy features they lack the staff to manage. Define your specific revenue leak first, and only buy the software that precisely plugs that hole.